All right, Nick, one of the largest offseason moves this season has been the Broncos' acquisition of superstar quarterback Russell Wilson. They felt like they were one elite quarterback away from making a deep Super Bowl run, and it seems by all accounts they decided to prove it. So they went out, they picked up Russell Wilson, but in picking up a superstar, you gotta pay him, and it seems like Wilson has some lofty demands. I think you have the story on this one.
Yeah, so Matt Verderame over at Fansided wrote about this specifically. He said, keeping Russell Wilson in the Mile High City may prove more costly than acquiring him. Wilson, whose contract runs through 2023, is reportedly going to seek $250 million across 5 years on a new deal. If he were to receive that contract, he'd be the second highest paid player in football behind only Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Currently, Wilson has 2 years left on a 4-year, $140 million pact, which has remaining cap hits of $24 million and $27 million, with only $5 million of guaranteed money left. All right, Miles, these are some pretty lofty contract demands. What do you think of Wilson here and his early demands for a new deal?
When I think about this, I think, okay, first thought that pops in my head, is Wilson a top 5 quarterback? I think that it is debatable. In my personal opinion, he's easily like top 7. But some people could debate him to be top 5. So I think he's up there. So that's a check in the box. The second thing I think about in the line of quarterbacks that have gotten paid, you think of Stafford got a big deal. Mahomes got a big deal. Rodgers got a big deal. And Deshaun Watson got a big deal. So is he what he's asking for in the realm? Yeah, I don't think he's going too crazy. I think he's merging the Mahomes side and the Watson side. He wants the Mahomes yearly contract number side, but he wants the guaranteed money possibly from like the Watson deal. So that makes sense. And then you got to think the third box he has to check is, has he been productive? Production and like recency bias, it goes a long way in making big contracts. I think of when Baltimore paid Joe Flacco after he won the Super Bowl, making him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at the time. Was he the best quarterback in the NFL? Obviously, yes, he was the best quarterback. No, I kid. But like you said, you win a Super Bowl, you get paid. So right. I think Wilson comes out and wins a Super Bowl, he's going to get paid whatever he wants. If he makes a deep playoff run, he'll probably get paid whatever he wants. But if they don't go very far, they're going to pump the brakes a little bit, maybe negotiate with him a little bit harder. What do you think?
Yeah, so to your point, just to go deeper into the numbers a little bit, looking at the salary cap comparison between this hypothetical deal and guys like Rodgers, like you brought up. So Rodgers' annual per year value of his deal is about $50.8 million, so roughly the same as Wilson's proposed deal. Pat Mahomes over the next 5 years, or the 5-year window of that deal, is about $48 million. Again, rough ballpark. Deshaun Watson's pretty interesting. After his deal this year in 2022, Watson actually averages $54.9 million over the 4 years following. So that's probably what Wilson is looking at as his comp. I think Russell Wilson doesn't even need to go in a deep playoff run because he's a smart guy. At least his agent is a smart guy too. He can look around the room and look at the history the Denver Broncos have put up with since Peyton Manning left the team and know they have struggled at the quarterback position. I want to read off the names of some of the quarterbacks for Denver Broncos who have started since Peyton Manning left multiple games. Go down the list here. Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch, who was a bust, Brock Osweiler, Case Keenum, Joe Flacco, Drew Lock, now in Seattle, of course, Brandon Allen, and then last year, Teddy Bridgewater. There are some okay there. There's some decent there. There is some really, really bad there. Russell Wilson is eons above any of those guys. He brings leadership. He brings stability. He's obviously won a Super Bowl. He's made multiple deep playoff runs. He's exactly what the Broncos need, to your point, them being one elite quarterback away from being a top flight contender. And he knows it. That's why he's asking for the big deal now, because he knows the Broncos don't want to go back to those dark days when they're relying on Trevor Siemian or Brock Osweiler to carry them, into the season. So I think Wilson is actually negotiating from a place of strength here. And the Broncos probably would be smart to consider a deal like this.
And I agree with that. And the other thing is, you list the laundry list of quarterbacks who've been in and out of Denver. But even before then, Manning wasn't there for an eternity. He was only with them for like 4 seasons, roughly 2012, 2015. So even before that, there was an in and out coming and goings of quarterbacks. So it's like you said, you want to lock up a good quarterback early. And when you have a great quarterback, we say arguably top 5 quarterback, I think you're probably right where I'll recant my statement. He doesn't necessarily have to have a deep playoff run to get paid. He probably just has to make the playoffs. If they don't make the playoffs, then I think they're probably pretty upset. But if they make the playoffs, he definitely gets paid. So that'll be very interesting to see this season how it all plays out. All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.